Hi there, everyone, and welcome once again to the TrainAid HQ. My name is Nick, and in today's video, we are looking at the Level 3 Award in Education and Training. We are looking at Unit A and how to answer question 1.4. Explain why it is important to identify and meet individual learner needs. Okay, so for this assignment answer, we need to explain 4 reasons to identify and meet individual learners' needs. So we're thinking about the learner as an individual person and why it is so essential for you as a teacher to really find out about their individual needs and how best to support them. So thinking, why is that so important? And the practical ways that we can do that as well. So we have some reasons here why we find out about learners' individual needs. Okay. So the first is to simply find out about your learners. So we're finding out at the start of the course their motivations for the qualification. Have they been put on the course? Have they chose to do the qualification? So really just looking at their motivations and looking also at their background as well. So looking at, say, previous exam results, their learning styles as well, finding out about whether they have any individual needs that you need to know about so you can cater for them, you can adapt your teaching resources. So first of all, it's finding out about your learners. My next key point is agreeing individual learning plans, otherwise known as ILPs. So at the start of your course, if you have perhaps an interview with your learners, you can agree some targets and some goals. So you could write these down with your learners, and these can form the individual learning plan, the ILP. So throughout your course duration, you may sit down with your learner and you may have those goals, those targets, and it helps to form that meeting. So with the individual learning plan, you can find out how the course is going for the learner, looking at their strengths and any areas for development. And it really stems from that information at the start of your course. So you might meet with your learner during the course, you might meet with them towards the end, and it's a great way to see whether or not they're on track as well. Another reason that we meet with learners, especially at the start of a course, is to ensure learners are on the correct program of study. So just at the beginning of the course, it's an opportunity to say to the learner, you are in the right place. You will do well on this course. I have no concerns. Or it's an opportunity to say to the learner, I'm very, very sorry. I don't think you're quite right for the course based on your previous qualifications, your skill set, perhaps. Nothing wrong with that. You're being honest, and that's the best way to be. We don't want to grant learners permission onto a course for them to fail. That can be quite demoralizing. We really don't want that. So it's all about finding out whether the learners are suitable for the correct course. If they're not, you could signpost them to another course as well, and that's being caring as a teacher. That's really looking out for their individual needs. It's all about saying, you know what, I think you're best for this program of study as well. Furthermore, we've got identifying any individual learning requirements. So if a learner has, for example, dyslexia, if they require extra time or any adapted resources, then we could make those tweaks. We can make those changes. Perhaps learners need to sit at the front of a classroom, for example. Perhaps we as teachers need to print off resources in a larger font. So through those initial conversations, you can make changes to your resources, and it just becomes a very easy, straightforward way for learners to begin their course with in a positive manner as well. Furthermore, to ensure the environment is suitable for learners as well. So once again, through initial conversations, we as teachers can once again find out about the learner, whether we need to make any accessibility arrangements, whether we need to adapt, whether we need to change our classroom layout, even the classroom location as well. So it might be that we as teachers perhaps need to change the location to ensure that learners can access the training environment. So it's making sure that, through those initial conversations that we can cater for learners and we can make changes to the environment as well. In regards to this assignment question, we need to reflect on 4 reasons. We have a table here. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4 answers. Okay, I have done the first one. Okay, my answer is identifying individual learning requirements. So it is important to find out if your learners have any disabilities, in the individual learning requirements or special requests when they enroll onto a course. So it's very straightforward. If you do this, then your learners will be really grateful and thankful that you are a forward-thinking teacher. So ideally, a thorough initial assessment will give the learner an opportunity to disclose any requirements they may have. For example, they may ask for resources to be printed out on different coloured paper. So if learners have dyslexia, for example, they may request Comic Sans text. They might request that paper is printed in yellow, for example. So in regards to myself, from a teacher point of view, I always look at my course register beforehand to see if there's any learning requirements, have I been identified, and ask the question to the learner as part of my introductions how I can support you. In my opinion, the earlier we find out about any learning requirements, the better, because it gives you more time to cater for the learners and make those adaptations as well. So once again, I would say a paragraph of information is sufficient here, and I'm just going to put some other points so I know what to reflect on to complete this assignment answer. I'm going to put agreeing ILPs. That will be the next answer that I write about. 2 more, ensuring learners are on the correct program, very important. One more as well. Let's have a look. Ensure the environment is suitable. Perfect. And those would be my 4. So I'd simply continue with those assignment answers. Hopefully this has been a really supportive video with regards to helping you with your assignment and breaking down criteria 1.4, explain why it is important to identify and meet individual learner needs. So thank you very much for watching, and stay tuned for the next video on assignment A very soon.